Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're with us on a Monday morning. What a way to start the week. We've got a great show, a special guest in the studio. So let's get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. It's going to be hot again, 91, low of 77. And water temperature staying around 84 degrees. We've had that current of warm water now for a couple of weeks, and it's really promoted a lot of good fishing off the Panama City Beach Pier and the county pier out there. Let's take a look at our moon phase, okay? We've got a moon phase up here. It's a Monday, every Monday we like to look at the moons and all. So today is August the 3rd, and we're just getting off that full moon from Saturday, and it's going to be a waning moon. We'll get a new moon on August the 15th, or halfway through the month of August, we'll have a new moon there. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery, folks, for the week. We're in neap tides all week. Looking on the screen there, we're looking at August the 3rd through 7th, and it's just a whole week of neap tides. Not a lot of tidal flow. Today is the best day of the week as far as tides. It's going to be a high tide at 1:14 right after lunch, and a low tide then at 9:25. And it's going to be all the prevailing wind, and the prevailing wind is going to be out of the south today, coming in about 7 to 9 miles per hour. Got the video coming up this week of the fishing trip we had this weekend. It's going to be a really enjoyable time. You're going to really enjoy it, okay? Now, the marine forecast, like I said, is going to be south. We're going to switch over to southwest and kick on up to about 11 after lunch. So be aware of that, and always be safe, and make sure you got everything that's safe on your boat and all, and always watch out for your fellow boaters. Now, we're going to take a break and come back with our special guest. Welcome back, and welcome to Becca Nelson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Becca Nelson, Fish and Wildlife Commission. And what's your official title?
Public Information Director for Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. So it's quite the title.
That is a good long title. This is Stan Kirkland's position. Stan brought it on, introduced her a while back, and I didn't realize you've been on the job. How long have you been on the job?
It's been about 7 months.
Wow.
It's flown by, but
yeah. Well, tell us, how have you gotten used to it and everything? I mean, you're getting into the groove?
I'm getting into it, but I'm still learning new things every day, of course, which is awesome. It keeps things really interesting.
What in your typical day? What is something? I don't guess there is a typical day in your job.
There's not really a typical day. I mean, you could talk about sea turtles, deer, just anything in a day. You can't. It doesn't really have a routine there.
And you sort of have your times and all. You go to work at different times because you have different things to go over. You don't
right, depending on what's going on, just different times.
Well, listen, have you had a chance to do any fun things this summer yourself?
I sure have. I tried to get out there and fish as much as I can. I went red snapper fishing. I tried to get over there to St. Joe, do some scalloping.
Well, check this picture. We're going to put this picture out on the monitor now. Tell us about this trip right here. That's a nice picture.
Yeah, that was back in June out there in federal waters, and I thought it was a pretty good snapper.
That is
not
a
to
fine.
say so myself.
That's a fine snapper, and you caught the biggest one on the trip.
I did.
Okay. Well, it's expected you do these things. When you work for FWC, it's expected you do these things. You understand that?
And it's a good thing that I love it, too.
Yeah, that is good. How were the seas on that trip? Was it a pretty good day?
It was perfect.
Was it?
Really calm. Couldn't ask for a better day.
You remember how deep water y'all were in?
About 90 feet.
90 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've had this summer to get acclimated. Now Becca and I were talking. We're going to get her to start coming on. I gave her some time to get acclimated to her job because I knew you were going to be busy.
Of course.
So now she's got into the groove of things, and she's going to start coming on as a regular guest about once a month and all. We'll get. And you got to admit now, she's a lot prettier than Stan Kirkland. So.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that.
Now, we love Stan, and Stan still stays in contact with you.
Of course, yep. On the phone, he comes by the office. I still get to see him.
I expected nothing more of that.
Of course.
I expected him to do that, and it's great that he's helping you get in a transition of things. I know Stan loved the outdoors too, and loved to turkey hunt and do all kinds of different things. And what are some of the things? Of course, obviously you like fishing. What are some other outdoor things you enjoy?
Taking pictures, fishing, hunting, anything outdoors. Yeah. It's what I love. It's my favorite things to do.
That's good. Let me ask you this: have you gotten to go on and with the law enforcement guys? I know it's a different category. Have you got a chance to be spending time with any of those guys over there?
I have quite a bit, actually. I like to go on ride-alongs with them.
Oh, good.
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 I'll take the media occasionally with us too, and just get video of them working out there, seeing how hard they work, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and people, it's not just a boat ride for those those guys and girls.
No, they work really hard.
They really do.
Yeah.
And I have Travis Bassford starting to come on in place of Ken Peppermore. Have you been out with Travis and his group?
I have. I've been out with Travis quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Well, you
he's
got
great.
You got to watch Travis. Make sure you don't take a fishing rod with him, because I know he loves it.
Yeah, that's Travis.
He was on the other day, and so these are the new young faces, the young guns of the FWC, and they've done such a wonderful job in selecting such qualified young people that have a passion for the outdoors, and we're just tickled about it. And y'all going to add so much to our show, and as we get ready to get in, we're ending up the summer. We're getting late summer right now.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing from your viewpoint with FWC? What are you seeing in the outdoors? What people are doing and things we sort of need to be on the lookout for?
Just a lot of fishing. It's been busy on the water. Travis could probably tell you that. And I've been out there and I've seen that. So there's a lot of people recreating, and that's a great thing, and we want people to. It's awesome to get out there and enjoy the outdoors.
I know one of the big issues that come up this summer, of course, is speed limits over in Grand Lagoon and all.
Right.
And you see it from your viewpoint, speed is a factor in boats.
Yeah, I've been out there actually sitting in Grand Lagoon, and you can see, just dozens of boats whipping past there. It can get dangerous, but just make sure you're always looking out for your fellow boaters, and just be careful when you're out there recreating on the water.
And we always preaching boating safety and life jackets and all that, and I think what bothers me more than anything, and Scott Lindsay and I talk about this a lot. You can go buy a new truck and all. You got to have a driver's license to buy a new, drive that truck.
Right.
But you can go buy that new boat and you can just jump in it and go.
You can.
And we have we talk about the safe boating, the FWC safe boating course and all, and I guess you see in your viewpoint how important that is when people have those little cards and all.
It is really important, to have that education and be able to know the rules. There's navigational rules on the water, just as, on the land.
In fact, school's getting ready to start, which is words teachers just don't like to hear sometimes. School's getting ready to start, but that's one of the first things we'll do in our outdoor ed class is boating safety. And I keep a record. I've told my audience, I don't know if I've told you, we keep a record of all the boating accidents we've had in the area over the past years, and so much of that is attributed to speed,
right?
And not watching out for the other person, and of course this recent incident with those two young boys, 14-year-olds down off the coast of Jupiter.
Yes.
And that's just a tragedy.
It is.
And we don't know really what happened. I know. But we do know if those boys could have had life jackets on, and when they did fall out of boat, knocked out of boat, whatever, they probably would have been found.
Right.
But so many of us don't wear life jackets, and you see that out there, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I see that a lot.
And we're working on some new types of life jackets. You saw that on the show last week with the new iCast video on the folks wearing those life jackets and all. Let's take this break. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. Becca Nelson, Public Information Director. We're at the FWC office here at Deer Point Lake. That's your office out there and all. And I felt bad because she drove up this morning in a car. I said, they haven't given you a truck yet to drive?
Maybe eventually.
You got to work
when I'm in the job for longer.
You got to work your way up to a truck. Well, I'm going to call them out there. Get this girl a truck now, especially a four-wheel drive one. Let's look at a couple of pictures real quick before we get back to Becca. This is Thomas Howell from Bluntstown. Look on the screen there. And listen, this is Ray Howell's son up there. Watch your show all the time, all you folks up in Bluntstown. Apalachicola bass. Nice looking bass, isn't it?
That is a nice looking bass.
Listen, up there you can go bass fishing during the day, and people don't know this, but look at this other picture. Remember I told you now, you can go flounder gigging off those sandbars up there, and this is Thomas catching bass during the day and gigging some flounder at night. That's some nice flounder, isn't it?
That sure is.
Good job, Thomas. And Ray, thank you for sending those pictures up there. And I know a lot of folks up in that neck of the woods watch Panhandle Outdoors, and we appreciate it. Now, we're talking about, sitting here back, we're talking about hunting and all. Of course, you said your passion, I guess, is deer hunting?
Deer hunting.
And,
That's really all I've ever done, you know, but I'm ready to take on some new things.
I like that. And listen, we're just talking about that. Dove season is going to open when?
September 26th, the first phase.
First phase in September 26th, and we're already planning a dove shoot. I say we. I've been invited, so I've been on the planning. Travis, his family's up there in Jackson County, his cousins and all, and I'm going to take the liberty of inviting you.
Well, thank you.
So you want
we should probably let Travis know.
Well, I call him and tell him, listen, we're going to bring some more people. I'm sure he won't mind because y'all know each other and all. So have you ever been on dove shoot?
I have never been dove hunting.
All right, so Travis, we got a new one going on it. So we hope things are, but put that in the calendar. September 26th is going to be, usually it's like the first weekend in October. It'll be a little bit early this year. And those Jackson County, Gaston County, Washington County, those farm counties up there are just wonderful for bird hunting and all. Tell me what you like about deer hunting. What do you enjoy? What do you like it so much?
Really just, you know, being outdoors, sitting in the stand and just waiting, you know, listening to them come up, and just that feeling right before, you know, you're about to harvest one. It's just, there's nothing like it.
It really is fascinating, isn't it?
It sure is.
We need more females out in the woods like this to enjoy it, and we really always supportive of females out there. Where are some of the areas you hunt?
In Jackson County.
You hunt in Jackson County?
I do.
Some big bucks up there, aren't there?
I haven't got one yet, but there are. I know there are some out there. I just got to get one.
You've seen pictures of them, right?
Yes, and then it makes me want them even more.
Do y'all plant like food plots and all? Do your family?
We do. My brother-in-law, on his property, he has food plots, and that's where we hunt.
And I guess your stands are pretty comfortable. You got comfortable deer stands.
They are. Yeah.
You don't fall asleep, do you?
Of course not.
Because usually that's one of the biggest things on these comfortable deer stands. They're too comfortable. And like I said, deer season right around the corner. When we talked about food plots, getting them ready, and hopefully your game cameras are out and you can sort of see what's out there. It adds so much more to deer hunting now to have those cameras there.
Exactly. You can see what's coming in, what time. Get more prepared for that.
Do you know about how many y'all harvest a year off y'all's place up there?
I don't have specific numbers of that, but.
And do y'all do doe permits and all that to keep the doe?
We do.
And that's important now, and don't think it's not in keeping the balance and all up there too.
Sure is.
Okay, let's get back to your job now. What are some fun things you've done this summer?
Well, one of the most fun things that I've done, I went over to Pensacola. We had a lionfish removal and awareness weekend over there, and that was really interesting. Getting to know more about lionfish. I think that's really important to spread the word about that. So that was a cool thing. Guy Harvey was over there. I got to meet him, take a picture with him. Yeah.
That would be well worth the trip. Just
it
meet
was.
Him. Yeah.
It was awesome.
And he's talking about none of us knew anything about these lionfish until recently.
Yeah, it's just started to come up.
And they're so pervasive. They're all over the place.
They sure are. They're an invasive, non-native species. They're popping up all over the place.
And in fact, now I'm seeing pictures. People are not getting them just by 2 or 3. They're just getting bags full of them.
Exactly, and that's awesome. The dive community out there and spearing as many as they can, and that's awesome.
Have you eaten any of them yet?
I have. When I was over there in Pensacola, I tried a lionfish, and it's actually very tasty.
Is it really?
It is.
I had a little bite of one, but I kept, I didn't eat a lot of it because I kept thinking about this ain't grouper, but you had something to eat then.
I did. It was really good.
Well, you mentioned something too, and in any walk of life, of being able to go in any labor, any job you have, going to in-service clinics, workshops, and all to keep you informed. And y'all, your organization, they're good about doing that with y'all, so you can pass this knowledge on to us and all.
Exactly. I went with some people from our marine fish section. We've been traveling around doing some summer workshops, just trying to get feedback from stakeholders. So I got to go to a few of those around the Panhandle and just, listen to what stakeholders want and how they think that, marine fish should be managed, and that's really awesome. That
is good, and in hunting and fishing, and I know a while back in hunting and all, they wanted to get a larger deer, and they divided our deer management unit into, you got to have a certain size deer north of the interstate by 10 and all, and that's really was coming from the local people, the hunters and all wanted that.
Exactly.
And
we listen to what our stakeholders want. And
that's really good, and you get to go to these and you get to talk, and y'all do take that feedback seriously. It's not.
We absolutely do. We're going to be compiling all of the information we've gotten and taking it to our commissioners.
Any other workshop you went to this summer, or the lionfish workshop? What else?
Just the marine fish ones. Kind of anything that
Yeah.
pops up, I try to attend.
You're like me. I went to two things that are going to help me be a better teacher this year. My viewers talked about it and enjoyed it. One was the ICAST, where we did all these inventions, and then one was the Florida Forestry Tour, where we learned how to, to burn the woods and all for the wildlife and all.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It was really good. I spent 8 days of my summer doing cool things like that, and I've shared a lot of them with my viewers and all. And it's things I learned, I take back to our students, and so we spread it out, and there's always some of them. But on these inventions, I'm so excited about these interviews on these inventions. To see, we do invention unit for the whole week, and kids have to invent things, and I'm going to show them these videos. And I think
That's something to look forward to.
It really is.
Yeah.
No telling what kind of inventions we're going to get this year coming out of Moses Outdoor Ed. Let's take our final break. We'll be right back with Becca. All right, welcome back. Becca Nelson, FWC here. Let's look at our fish and game forecast today first, brought to us by Mark Coward of Counts Real Estate. Our times, looking on the screen there, is 3:21 to 5:21 this morning, and this evening 3:48 to 5:48. That's two good times, and I hope you have an opportunity to take advantage of it. I know a lot of you folks are off on Mondays, have some of y'all work on Saturday, take off on Mondays, and we get a lot of outdoor activity on Mondays. Have you noticed that in FWC, those guys? There's a lot of guys out there on Mondays.
Of course.
Do you have a flexible time where you can like work on a Saturday and take off on Mondays too sometimes?
I can. I do that a lot. I'll work on the weekend and then just kind of take time off.
Tell folks your background, okay? This is a local girl now. Tell us a little about yourself.
Born and raised here. I went to Bay High School, graduated in 2009, and then from there I went to Troy University.
What were you majoring in up at Troy?
I majored in broadcast journalism.
Broadcast journalism. Well, I leave. You just go ahead and do the show.
I'll handle it.
I'm glad you didn't turn into a weather girl or something like that. I'm glad, because your background, your family's in, right? Tell us about your dad.
Yeah, my dad is an investigator with the agency. He has been for about 24, 25 years.
Yeah, well respected, and a lot of folks know him, and really does a good job. So I know he's tickled you got to get in this situation too.
He sure is. When I told him, he was really excited.
I know he was. That's great. And you were talking about earlier about just reef fish. I'm going to say earlier off the air here. Reef fish angler, how to sign up for it. Now, you've already signed up for yours. How'd you do it?
I just went online, and when I was purchasing a saltwater fishing license, I also selected that.
This is going to be something good. We're going to get all this information from the fishermen and all.
Right, to see what recreational fishermen are catching. Try to get some better numbers.
Okay, also recently on the news, these these houseboats and all on the rivers and all, that's something that y'all are working on too, right?
It is. And, we have officers that are patrolling the area and just making sure that, the houseboats on the rivers and the floating structures have, proper marine sanitation devices.
Yeah, and it's important too. And we have a lot of houseboats, especially on the Chattahoochee River and on the Apalachicola River, and a lot of folks take advantage of those and enjoy those too. Now, you haven't worked long enough to have your own boat, have you?
Not yet. Have my boater's license, but
you got your boater's license.
I do.
Now, Becca, when you get your own boat, later on, I promise you'll get your own boat. What kind of boat do you think you want to get?
Probably an Everglades.
An Everglades.
Of course.
That is a nice boat. Now,
I can dream, right?
And you might have to work overtime a little too to get.
I think so.
To get a boat like that, those boats are very expensive, but they're very nice. Okay, when you go, what kind of fishing do you enjoy? I know you like offshore fishing there with a snapper and all.
I do, but recently I've started to pick up on floundering, and I really enjoy that. That's become one of my favorite things to do at night.
Fishing or gigging?
Gigging.
Don't tell anybody we do that, okay? They're not in flounder out there at night, okay?
There's not, no.
It is, but it's fun getting on the water at night, isn't it?
It really is.
Now, scalloping. Have you been scalloping this year?
A couple times. Went over there to Port St. Joe.
Okay, one of the, read that little, I got an email that I was going to say for you to read. Okay, you go ahead and read it.
Okay, I am new to this area, and I was watching your program this morning, and I thought I heard that scalloping was closed in Bay County. Is Cape Sandblast in this closure?
Okay, and what we forget as locals and all, we grow up here and people have moved in here, we know the area, but then we have recent people that move in and don't know the area, and that's a very legitimate question. And Cape Sandblast is not in this area, but the boundaries of Mexico Beach Canal, and we talked about it with Travis on here the other day. There were folks out at Sail Island unknowingly getting some scallops too, and it's just our our job to tell them you can't do that.
Right, you can't.
you can't do that.
Exactly.
And we've planted scallops. We're trying to get the population. Have you had a chance to snorkel any out here? Have you seen behind Shell Island? Have you been over there lately?
Not yet. No.
There's scallops there. It's not a secret. There's scallops there. But and you can pick them up if you take a picture with your kid. Someone posted some pictures the other day. Their friends went to St. Joe Bay, and I think they got some scallops, and they said, "Well, look what we got here." And you don't put that on social media.
No, don't do that.
But first of all, you don't do that, okay? And they honestly did not know. They thought because their friends were doing it, they could do it. So, and that's something too. You can go online and find all the laws and rules and seasons.
Yes, we have, just a great deal of information on our website, myfwc.com.
myfwc.com. In fact, I just asked her. I said, "When does a dove season open?" And how long did it take you to find it? 20 seconds?
About 20 seconds, not long at all.
20 seconds. So, and folks of my generation, we're not that adept at doing that, and that's what we're working on. But you can do that at myfwc.com. Now, we've got a couple. We're about to run out of time. Anything in closing that we left out that you want to add? If people have a question at all, can they call you up?
They sure can. Yeah.
Okay.
You can leave my business card. You can add that if you want, and they can feel free to call me. If I don't know the answer, I will try to find it.
That's a good attitude too. She's willing to do that. In fact, when I called you the other day, you were busy, but you called me right back, and I appreciated that. And we're going to start coming on at a regular. We're going to look at a calendar and see what we can fit in.
Sounds great.
But we're going to count this as your work time too, because you're giving information to the public.
Well, that's great.
So make sure, and y'all make sure y'all get this girl a truck, okay? She'll drive up here in her own car. All right, so Becca, thank you so much, and it's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, it really is. It's good. And you tell Stan. I hadn't heard from Stan in a week or two.
Well, I'll get on to him for that.
He can still call me.
I'll tell him.
Now, he and Ken are working on National Wild Turkey Federation banquet coming up in this month. I'm going to tell y'all more about that soon. So
August 28th, I believe.
There you go.
Yeah.
August 28th. Are you going to try to go? Or?
I am going to try to go.
Good. Yeah. Good deal. All right. Thank you, and we'll see you later.
Sounds great. Thanks.
And thank you, folks, for watching Panhandle Outdoors. You do something really good for your fellow man. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.